I thought Stellar would have been listed before Ox or even XRP
and all that. Yeah,
even XRP.
I thought it would be too.
I thought it would be the first or second one. Not, besides the main four.
It's interesting. Why not?
Or the main three. Whatever. Yeah. So I don't know why, but at least it's on there now, and I feel like Coinbase is actually doing Coinbase is making these additions strategically, So, and I like that. I know a lot of people are mad at Coinbase, but
everyone's always mad at Coinbase.
Yeah,
Since Coinbase came out, people have been mad at them.
Yeah, right. So what about Tether?
Well, you saw where they pretty much admitted to that some of their reserves. So when you buy Tether, they're supposed to back it dollar for dollar.
Right. May
not be in USD. It may be in cryptos and other stuff, which to me is a big red flag.
Agreed. Because how much?
Yeah, how much? Exactly. And remember this Quadriga exchange nonsense?
Yeah.
And they can't find the money. It's been going through all these different exchanges and apparently cold storage, but no one can trace where this money went.
Yeah.
What the same thing goes on with Tether.
Right.
And so what they make it unauditable because you just can't trace where these coins have been shifted around.
Yeah, there's just so many. They've made so many different transactions.
And I'm not accusing them of doing that. I'm just saying
it's easy for that to happen.
Because they still won't get publicly audited.
Yeah.
They had their bank from the Cayman Isles come out and say that it's fully backed. But remember they had to redact some stuff.
It may be just me, but when a bank from some small island, nothing against a small island, nothing like that. I'm not saying they're not qualified, but they don't see the amount, or they don't have the business competition that they do in the States, to up their game and to know, I guess, what they're doing.
And usually ICOs from the Caribbean are probably scams at the end of the day.
Yeah, and they're really just probably some American at their home trying to host it. Or North Korea.
Or one guy with $150 million on his laptop. Yeah. All these people's money.
So supposedly, it's just to piggyback off that statement. So supposedly that dude was paying out people's withdrawals from his pocket for 2018.
The Quadriga guy?
Yeah.
Dude, I never heard about that. What?
Yeah, before he passed, so up to that point, he was paying out all withdrawals out of his own pocket.
Dude, that's so crazy.
So maybe he was really broke. I don't know.
What if he spent it all?
Yeah.
They can't find that money. To me, that blows my mind.
Yeah.
And that's so... Because, when you first get into these exchanges and, getting on there, you think, all right, this is some massive operation.
Yeah.
They got $150 million on their exchange. It's just some guy on a laptop.
On his computer.
Yeah, exactly. On his computer. Not just some guy on a laptop.
150 million. God. That I don't know, whatever reason, us just talking that million reminded me. Did you see Tron? They're going to be giving away 20 million. 20 million.
Tron or BitTorrent tokens?
I think it's Tron. Or is it BitTorrent tokens?
Is it the wallet holders or what?
I want to say it's going to be it's an airdrop.
To who?
Wallet holders, I'm assuming. I didn't see anything about it going to BitTorrent. Oh, yeah. Actually, yeah. BitTorrent and Tron. Both.
Well, they said they were going to airdrop BitTorrent tokens. Was it like a year? Something like that to Tron holders.
That's right.
So TRX holders get
That's BitTorrent right. I do remember that. Was it 1 for 1? I can't remember. It was a while ago.
I don't think it's 1 for 1.
Anybody know about that? Please let me know.
No, they're doing it every month.
Really? Well, so I need to check mine.
What? So yeah, if you have TRX, you'll have some BitTorrent tokens. I checked mine the other day. They got some on there.
Okay, yeah. So yeah, they're gonna be giving away 20 million, and then they're also giving away a Tesla.
I saw that.
All you had to do was retweet.
I saw. Do you think that's legit?
I don't know. You saw it, retweeted it, right?
You have to retweet it. What if?
Right?
Yeah, I saw it.
Justin Sun is on his page. He pinned it.
So where's that 20 mil coming from?
Well,
did he sell some TRX?
Like I tweeted, when you got 66 billion, when you got 66
cap?
billion supply, 20 million, pretty easy to come across.
So, what would be something real good to look at? How does the foundation make money?
Well,
if it's not for profit, that's one thing. You don't make money, but you still
really dive in.
You still got to operate. You still got to pay for shit.
Yeah, well, $66 billion. I mean,
You think they're just burning through their ICO funds?
there ain't no telling. I mean, he's making partnerships, and I'm sure they're trying to get some. I know that this whole move with the whole move that they did last week with Tether. I know that was to try to get a custodial services going with TRX. So I know they're trying to offer services to these corporations and Fortune 500 companies. But besides that, I don't know how they would make money. A lot of it to stay afloat, to have a global business.
What I would look at,
that's expensive,
is do they collect transaction fees?
Minor, probably.
The idea is if you can get so many people to use your network and you collect fees. I mean, that's what Google does. They just get so many people to use their network, they take their data and sell it.
Yeah.
But if you got people using and spending money to use your network, you collect the fee off that. Because it's not like Ethereum. There's a group of people on Ethereum who got it going, but there's not like a company.
Right.
Tron's ran like a company through their Tron Foundation.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm interested in, because we know how Ripple does it. They have that billion Ripple that they get from that escrow account every month, and they just sell it.
Well, they are acting as a database, right? Like they are acting as a database to store data.
Who, Ripple?
Tron.
Or Tron?
Yeah. So
they're using people's data.
Yeah, so they can store data. Yeah. So I guess that would be their main way.
So they're storing data?
Yeah.
Dang, that's interesting. So aren't they supposed to be decentralized? Privacy network?
Content creators and etc. can store data on the Tron servers once it goes live.
No. Dude, that's something I want to dig in, because didn't they preach about decentralization?
Yeah. We might need to check into that shit.
Yeah. I mean, I own it. I like it. I mean, I don't think everything has to be decentralized.
Well, I don't know. I mean, I agree. I don't think everything can be decentralized. I don't think there's any way that it can be.
I wish the web would go back decentralization.
Now,
old school web.
Yeah. I don't think that's going to happen either.
I don't know.
I mean, as far as your advertising and your data, you can use that, but when you talk like full decentralization, I don't know. I guess that's what these people talk about. Full decentralized. That's what Stellar is. That they're a fully decentralized network.
Did you see the Lightning Network has more nodes than Bitcoin Cash, Ripple, and Litecoin combined?
So I saw a graph. Somebody had posted a graph, and you just see Bitcoin's nodes and all the other ones just at the very bottom. It's like,
but this is just the Lightning Network.
I know, it's like, guys.
It's not even Bitcoin. Bitcoin's way bigger.
And what are your? I mean, not to just jump off real quick, but what are your thoughts on Craig Wright? Do you know who that is, right?
Fake Toshi?
Yeah.
He's full of shit.
I don't. There's literally nothing I've seen him say that I believe.
One guy calls himself Bitcoin Jesus. The other guy calls him Satoshi Nakamoto. I mean, come on, man. How full of shit are these guys?
Have you read the whole story on him, Craig Wright, and like what happened?
I read that court case.
Yeah.
Did you see that?
No. Tell me.
He's getting sued by somebody because apparently.
Oh, the brother?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
So that guy who passed away. Yeah.
So supposedly that was the guy. He took his idea. Is what he's trying to say. He made it together with this guy.
Oh yeah. It's ridiculous.
Come on, man. Well, I don't know.
You saw that where he had so he had made a comment about one of Satoshi's emails, but Satoshi had later corrected it.
That's right.
So he made a comment about the correction. He didn't make a comment about the original post.
That's right.
And so people caught him on that. He's done that 2 or 3 times. It's just come on, man.
I did see that. Okay. Yeah, I think I saw that. So back on the point with the hash rate. But yeah, I saw that graph, and when I saw that, I was like, just further validated my stance on Bitcoin Cash and
their whole
Bitcoin SV.
Bitcoin Cash's whole.
Well, the Bitcoin ABC now or something.
It's like SV. I don't know. Some crazy shit.
Let me just split off real quick. Make my own money.
I mean, they'll just keep forking it and just keep convincing. What gets me about crypto is how cliquish it's become. I mean, some people just pick a coin and it's like...
That's mine.
It's like they're forming tribes.
No one makes a decision based off an investment anymore. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is an investment. No, everyone...
We do.
I mean, well, yeah, we do. But I'm just saying... When you get on Twitter, all you see is just diehard club.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Fans.
It's crazy.
But hey, you know, people, the ones that got in early, I can understand why. But
most is people who join later.
I was just gonna say like 2018, 2017.
That's wild. But it just shows the dominance of Bitcoin and the Lightning Network. I mean, that's layer 2 on top of Bitcoin, so it's gonna be crazy to see if that thing can take off, especially for payments.
So how many transactions is it really going to be able to handle, though?
That's the question. I don't know.
I mean, you know what Visas is just crazy amount. So, I mean, if it can't even get anywhere close, like, how? How's it going to be used? How can you do how can it further adoption? You know what I'm saying? That actual network. Now, I know there are some that can faster transactions, but I'm saying Bitcoin.
But that's kind of the idea behind the Lightning Network is it allows for fast payments.
Right, but that's what it needs to be fast.
Oh, yeah, it's going to have to be fast. But one thing I was reading in, I can't remember if it was a Bitcoin Standard or Mastering Bitcoin, one of those two books. He talks about if it's a small transaction, merchants aren't going to care.
Yeah.
So if you're paying $4 for your coffee, you know, because the same thing kind of happens with credit cards. It's not guaranteed to go through all the time.
Right.
So merchants take a little risk that the credit card company could decline it, but to save the convenience of the customer, they're not going to sweat that $4 and the chance that it might not go through. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So depending on the size of the transaction, it may not be a big deal.
Right. I see what you're saying.
Now, if you bought a car, yeah, you're probably going to wait the 10 minutes.
I'm just going to say, back in the day, though, like when I had like $3 in my account and I would try to swipe that card, they were like, nah, man, in college days?
No. They let you do it and they charge you $40.
Oh, no. Yeah, go ahead. You got it. Mickey D's. Man, okay, so I digressed. Back to crypto. What do you think about Bitcoin right now? What are your thoughts on it?
I like it.
I like it. I do too. No, you know, I mean, what do you think it's gonna? Not what do you think it's gonna do? I mean, we're not assuming or guessing.
I really think it's going to be big because if you look at what's happening to our currency, and it's been getting inflated for a while.
Agreed.
And as stuff does become more global, in a sense, having a global payment, it's not a bad idea. A decentralized global payment that people can inflate is so important.
I agree. It would save economies.
The reason that Bitcoin isn't bigger than what it is has nothing to do with Bitcoin. It has everything to do with it. No one understands money.
Yeah.
Because I've been having conversations with people about just, you know, what is money? Or like what causes inflation and all this stuff. And people don't want to talk about money. I hate it. People hate the thing they work for their entire lives they don't want to talk about.
Yeah. Because as soon as you bring up the thing is the fact that money is what you value or, you know, what you put value on, people like
just don't understand it.
Yeah.
They don't teach it in schools.
No, because the government doesn't back it.
Yeah. What we teach in schools is how to count money.
Right.
Don't teach people about money.
Right.
And if you knew about money, you'd understand, okay, Bitcoin's valuable. Because at some point, you got to quit printing money. Mm-hmm. It's never worked in history. Yeah. And it's just, it's crazy.
I agree 100%. I think Bitcoin's going to be big too. One, based off the fact, man, when we talked a couple months ago about when you were comparing it kind of to gold and the supply and when it's gone, that resonated with me, right? So even when you look at Bitcoin right now at 4,000, I'm thinking to myself, I mean, this thing right here, I mean, once it gets implemented, once it gets into everyone's 401ks or ETFs or whatever.
And that's close. That's close.
You know what I'm saying? I mean,
it's going to explode.
Where could it go? 1% if you put 1% of your 401k, just one or half of one. I mean, if everyone did that, I mean, not everyone, you know, but a big chunk of people, That'd be it would go up significantly. That's why everyone says Bitcoin's gonna the next all time high will soar past 20K.
Yeah, because you can do the math and make it right.
Yeah.
And if retirements have so much money.
Yeah.
And so if it floods in there.
Agreed. And that's why we were talking about Pump's interest fund last week. I mean, it's going to be used for so many different reasons.
If I had to make a bold bold statement.
Yeah. Oh, I'm going to make a big ass transaction.
Think about all the off the chain transactions that have probably gone through that have yet to be uploaded to the blockchain.
Yeah.
That's what's probably going to be interesting. Is all of a sudden we just see all this money flow in because all these transactions happen off the chain.
Yeah.
And as soon as they plug in,
but will it slow down the network?
Who knows?
So I've been seeing that, and I know I've touched base on this before. As Bitcoin, matures, that once the halvings they start happening, it's going to be the hash rate should even out to make transactions speed and the congestion of the site not as much. Now I don't know how. Someone technical.
I wonder if it has to do because the more transactions, the harder it gets.
Right.
So I wonder if because it's producing less Bitcoin, the compensate is going to make it easier to mine.
That
may be it right
that's
there.
probably exactly what it is.
So that way you don't have to use as much electricity.
Yeah. So you never know.
If that's the case, I mean, the person who made or people who made this are smart as fuck, man.
Just smart, right? No, I agree.
Just because they planned it down the road. But yeah, I think Bitcoin's going to be big. Because you look at a place like Venezuela where it's just horrible.
Yeah, interest rate of the interest rate I saw had shot up it was like 2,060%.
The inflation, yeah.
I'm sorry, the inflation rate, yeah. And then right behind that was Kenya. And theirs was 280 something%. There was 3 other ones too.
And in those countries, the people in charge don't care about the citizens, or they would quit inflating the money. They just keep doing
Venezuela's leader blocked aid.
Yeah, that was horrible. That was horrible.
I mean, let's not talk about that.
So
but he's got Petro.
That was another way to rip off his people.
Yeah. Supposedly, we've got a friend.
Some people were invested in that.
We have a friend who's from Venezuela. They're actually living with family members right now. And they said that at first, they were not going to let them leave. They were only going to let them leave with $7,000 out of their bank account. They couldn't take any more. And so they're actually still trying to figure out. They've gotten some back, but they're still trying to figure out how to get. I kept telling them Bitcoin.
Yeah, if they can.
Thing is, I say family friend. It's more. It's one of our good friends. She was telling us this story.
You saw they started paying people in Petro.
Yeah.
So they made up this currency and just started paying people in it. Didn't even know if you could spend it. You know what I'm saying?
And how do you?
It's not like it's like these.
It's not like they have credit card.
Just that's how they start paying
systems
people.
Everywhere. So, point of sale systems just on the corner.
That's what's crazy.
So, and I think that's why Bitcoin's going to be big.
Oh, no doubt.
Once it goes global. But for me, the main thing, 401k.
That's going to bring in a crap ton of money.
I agree.
Doubt.
I don't think it's going to significantly blast off, but I think within a year or two, I think we'll be up there. Just my thought, just my opinion. What's the next coin you like?
Man, I'll throw one out there. I mean, it popped off today. Is Cosmos. You see that?
Yes. Do you know a lot about it?
I was looking into it a little bit when I started seeing the news. It basically it's supposed to connect blockchains.
So an interoperability type shit, right?
Yeah.
Where all blockchains can be connected.
That's the idea. Of course, it's big because the ICO went from 10 cents. Now it was $6 or some crazy something.
It's $6 right now?
Something I think so. It's shot way. It's in the dollars, man.
I don't know if you remember back in the day, we released ICOs to look for. I think it was June or July. Yeah, it was on there.
Was it on there?
Yeah.
Really? Dang. Yeah, it shot up.
That was one of those. Those were one of those the guys from Hash, the South Korea investment group guys. That was one of theirs.
Well, But I don't think it's that new because Komodo has the atomic swaps. And to me, that's basically the same thing.
I think it might have already been a company before. I'm not sure.
I don't know.
And you know what? I could be mistaken. That you said Cosmos, right?
Cosmos.
Yeah, I could have swore that was them, but I could be thinking it could be Cosmo for all I know.
Now there's another one, Cosmos. Cosmo coin. It's a makeup blockchain coin.
That's the South Korea one. Hey, you know what?
That one.
You know why that one's so big is because the industry, the makeup industry in South Korea is bigger than the United States industry.
You can see it was all Korean people.
Yeah, it was massive. But that's a good investment. You know what I'm saying?
No doubt. I guess
that's a smart. Well,
I don't know.
Well, I mean, a lot of people. I mean, I was about to say those investors poured a good couple million into that company, but then again, so do a lot of people.
It's just a surprise. I'll see this blockchain. I pull up the first one's makeup company. Right? I was like, that can't be it.
Nah. Well, when I first saw it, I said that, right? I was like, nah. But then I started sitting there asking how it worked and what they do. I was like, oh shit, okay. I'll have to tweet that video. It was such a good video.
Was it Cosmos or Cosmo coin? The makeup one?
The makeup one, I think, was Cosmos.
Well, you got anything else for us?
Man, not today. Not today.
Well, this has been our show. Check us out at crusader.com/BlockNation. Send us your podcast topics. We really want to know what people want to listen to.
Yeah, or else you're going to get us talking about random crypto up here today.
We got some guests coming on, right?
Yeah, next week.
Next week,
yeah.
Oh.
Film.
I'm excited about that one.
I was about to say filming this week. No, recording next week. Shrimpy.io.
Shrimpy.io?
Yep. If you want to know more about them, have to find out.